Hello, my children, Lord Bathory, and as of recording this, I was hit by a car yesterday. Thank you for asking, by the way. It looks like the Nazis in my comment sections, they got what they wanted. I will warn you guys, today I'm not really talking about metal, but I promise you that it'll still be just as interesting. Now, when I was growing up in like the early 2000s, I had a little too much access to the internet. In fact, in those times, it was the Wild West days of the internet. It's kind of a miracle that I wasn't groomed. Of course, I was introduced to things like creepypastas, Two Girls, One Cup, but those are probably saved for a video in the future. Today, we're gonna be talking about something in particular that really stuck out to me during those early days, and it was the story of a supposed illegal game that came from the dark web. Today, I'm gonna be taking a bit of a trip down memory lane to talk about the game known as Sad Satan. I'm just gonna be explaining what this game is, the backstory behind it, and whether or not it's still just as scary as 6th grade me remembered it being. And to be totally honest, it probably isn't. Sad Satan's first ever appearance on the internet was a series of uploads from a YouTuber known as Obscure Horror Corner. He uploaded a series of gameplays about a game that he found known as Sad Satan. And to be totally honest, the game itself is just a really mundane walking simulator with trippy visuals. A big reason why I wanted to make this video today is because of the fact that everybody that I see talking about this game treats it as if it's the most disturbing thing to ever be made and put onto the planet Earth. There's a lot of people that act like if you play this game, you're gonna have fucking Jeffrey Epstein appear in your room at 3 in the morning. Gone wrong, gone sexual. Sad Satan uses a lot of popular music, stock sound effects, and other audio snippets from weird parts of the internet. It distorts it by like reversing it, pitching it down, or even just peaking the audio levels. Either way, the goal of the game is to disorient the player through auditory overstimulation. It also likes to throw other cheap punches at you through jump scares, flashing you with images of sexual predators. The videos themselves from OHC are short, sweet, and simple. And it isn't until this series gets popular that a lot of the infamy associated with Sad Satan begins to take things off the rails. You know how people can make like a creepypasta, and then it gets popular, and then the fangirls find it, and then ruin it entirely? The same kind of thing happened with Sad Satan, except instead of fangirls, it's just a bunch of middle-aged men that don't leave the house. On July 1st of 2015, Obscure Horror Corner would be interviewed by Patricia Hernandez from the gaming journalism website Kotaku.com. And it's here that we learn that Obscure Horror Corner's real name is Jamie. And I'm going to be calling him Jamie from now on because I do not want to keep saying Obscure Horror Corner for the rest of this fucking video. Jamie explains that he came across Sad Satan through one of his subscribers. That subscriber sent him a link to this deep web game and thought that Jamie would be interested. In this article, Hernandez is also able to interview the subscriber that supposedly sent Jamie the link in the first place. And according to this subscriber, he also just found this game on a deep web forum. But the weird thing is that the person who posted the link to Sad Satan on this forum didn't explain what this game is or who it was by. He only signed off the post with his initials, ZK. And according to this subscriber, this ZK character is a pretty frequent user of these forums. He's often just seen posting a lot of edgy comments. I think it was about a day after this article was published that enough people were interested and got together to form a subreddit dedicated to learning about the true origins of Sad Satan. But the more people were digging into this game, the more skepticism began to fly around about the legitimacy of its backstory, specifically about its deep web origins. And on July 7th, the Kotaku article would receive an update. In the description, Jamie explains how he found this game and what he thinks of it, and he also makes sure to include a link to the game, and as you can see, it's an onion link, but it was that onion link in particular that became one of the many points of contention. And that's why, I want you guys to look at the link and try to figure out what might stand out from it. Take your time. Just a few seconds. I'm just gonna be right here in the cuck chair. You can't find anything yet? Because the mistake that was found would fly over the heads of people who aren't as knowledgeable about onion links. And when people realized this, they made sure to notify Hernandez immediately. The inclusion of the number 9 in this onion link is what caused a lot of concern. That number 9 is something that's deemed, I think, impossible to be produced by any kind of onion browser. Jamie was, of course, confronted about this discrepancy, and he explained that he gave people the wrong link because apparently this Sad Satan game included gore pictures and pictures of child exploitation. What's crazy to me is that Jamie decided to only talk about this after he was confronted with the link. Like, he couldn't have just warned us early on about, like, hey, this game is a little illegal, so I wouldn't go searching for it. He had to wait. And it's not like he was scared to admit it because it's illegal, because he literally just did that, so he could have done it sooner. Did he want to keep the pictures for himself? Like, oh, fine. You got me, guys. You forced my hand here. It's from this point that it appears that the Sad Satan buzz begins to finally die. It's thanks to this false link that a lot of people were convinced that the game was fake, and even made by Jamie himself. End of story. Which is a weird way to end the story, because then people are gonna start thinking that it is true, and then you just put illegal stuff in your own game. Unfortunately, this is not the end of the story. This is just the beginning. On July 17th, about 10 days later, an anonymous user would upload a mega link to the Paranormal X forum on the website 4chan. And there's also a very, Joker-sounding message included with the link. What you've seen on YouTube isn't right. Don't believe that coward obscure horror corner. He did not show you what was truly in this game. The user signs off his very edgy response with the initials ZK. Guys! Could this be the same ZK that posted the original Sad Satan? No. The Kotaku article mentions those initials, so it's literally so easy for anybody to just pose around as ZK and then do this kind of shit. Thanks to this 4chan post, the Sad Satan floodgates were reopened, and there were just people left and right downloading what was supposedly the original copy of Sad Satan. Most notable of these people is Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers, and he found out the hard way what this game contains. ZK's copy of Sad Satan contained images of gore, and supposedly CP. But not only were people downloading a game with potentially highly illegal content, it had an extremely nasty malware that would just absolutely brick your computer. There were a lot of people posting about their computers being ruined by this fucked up clone of Sad Satan. So to summarize everything so far, Obscure Horror Corner, also known as Jamie, uploaded a gameplay of a supposed deep web game known as Sad Satan. He becomes the talk of the town, some attention is given to his channel, but then people find out that the link isn't legitimate, and then people start theorizing that the whole game itself is just something that was fake and made for attention. The original notoriety of this game dies down until someone going under the same name as the supposed original creator of this game uploads what's claimed to be the true original Sad Satan.
What a fucking name.
Hello, my children. It's me. It's Lord Bathory. Actually, no. It's Lord Bathory from the future. I've healed from the car accident, if you couldn't tell. Because it's literally been 2 months since I recorded the original footage for this video. I think I let the idea for this video kind of sit in my head long enough for me to properly feel confident and kind of just refresh the idea for this video in my head. So, I think where we left off, we essentially just have 2 versions of Sad Satan. We have the ZK copy, and then Jamie's copy of Sad Satan. And I'm just gonna cut the bullshit, man. None of this is real. You need to wake up. None of this is real. This is all just a dream. Your wife and your kids need you. Honey, we are Homra. Sad Satan is not real. Like, yes, there's video footage. There's 5 videos of Jamie playing this supposed game from the deep web. But use your critical thinking here, man. Like, he didn't want to share the link to this game because it had illegal stuff on it, but he didn't warn us about the illegal stuff until after people started looking into the game. And you could say that he didn't feel obligated to do so, because, I mean, it did cover his tracks for a while. But it's like, you know, nobody's gonna get mad at you for... It's not like he knew that. It's not like he was seeking out this game because of that. This was literally something that just fell on his lap one day, apparently, according to the backstory of this game and the whole series. You could technically say that Sad Satan does exist in the capacity of, like, you know, there's the video footage. Jamie himself has played it. But there's really no evidence to suggest that there even is a playable version of the Jamie copy of Sad Satan. This is the only evidence we have of the existence of this original copy of Sad Satan. If anything, the story behind this game, it has a similar fate to Snuff R73. If you don't know what that is, I highly recommend that you check out my video on it. Honestly, the video could be better, but it still does a cohesive job of explaining the essentials of what you need to know. Sad Satan was just made to get attention on the internet, to be a little bit of an urban legend around niche corners of the internet. And then, of course, it did its job, and it did it well. Jamie got interviewed on a well-known gaming article website. He got viral for a bit. I respect him for that. But then, of course, because of that virality, someone decided to just take the joke too far, you know? Unfortunately, this cornball decided to go way over the top, beyond the top. The top is off. My top is off right now. 5,000 subscribers, I'll release the Arrow C Battery OnlyFans. But this Edgelord decides to take this little phenomena and then just ruin it. He makes a version of the game that's just some half-assed copy of it. He puts a horrible virus in it that ruins any PC. And then on top of that, they went through the effort of including not just pictures of gore, but supposedly a picture of child exploitation. Sad Satan does not exist. It does not exist in the capacity of this original version of the game that you can play, you can access, or even the fact that it is just a real game in the first place. Sad Satan does not exist. There are things going around as Sad Satan, but that is not the true original Sad Satan. Anybody who says that they have access to the original Sad Satan game is just full of shit. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. This video, and then this section of the video in particular, was really influenced by my hate for modern internet horror media, especially on places like TikTok. For some reason, TikTok really loves to run with these kinds of stories, and then really force you into believing that this kind of stuff is real. I could go on a rant about how much I really hate this format of, like, trying to creep out the viewer with a creepy voice and horror movie music in the background, as we're explaining some cornball urban legend that probably didn't exist in the first place. Morbid fashion. He then proceeded to unalive himself. I can half-ass a video of me shaving my fucking ass cheeks, and it would still be much better content than this fucking guy. Sad Satan, once again, does not exist. There's stuff going around as Sad Satan, but that is not the true, like, game. This was just an ARG gone successful and then gone wrong. Sad Satan is definitely one of those topics that everybody wants to talk about, but I didn't want to just, like, copy and paste someone else's video formula. I think, if anything, I tried to approach the topic a little more like, I guess, Cold Raven would. I don't know. I watch this dude a lot. He's like one of my inspirations. If you want me to debunk another edgy internet urban legend, please shoot some, I guess, recommendations my way. If you want to see me talk about just weird internet stuff, period, like, I don't know, fucking Tub Girl or something, I guess I could talk about it. I don't know. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for giving me your attention, your appreciation. If you're new to the channel, I'm sorry this is your first impression of me. I'll see you all in the next video.